So it is our Catholic Services Appeal 2024 Commitment Sunday. So if you haven't done it yet, and it would be helpful, you can use the pledge envelopes at the ends of the pews to make your pledge out now. I give you permission to do that while we're chatting, and to be ready to hand those in for the offertory, right? We'll just have the one collection. So if you're able to do it now, that'd be awesome. I know some of you've done it already. If you aren't ready for it, do it this week or next week, in the next couple weeks. But thank you for your support. So moving on to more important things. The word on the street is that the 21% of people that may not have watched the Super Bowl this year are going to watch it because it's someone they might be able to see, right? And it's not Patrick Mahomes or any football player. It's Taylor Swift, right? So I hope if you Swifties out there, I'm sure you're getting ready to engage, right? So it's interesting because that's actually been a topic on talk radio. Isn't it crazy the things they have to come up with to talk about? So people that are offended, the hardcore sports fans are offended that there are people that are been watching the NFL this year just because they want to see Taylor Swift, right? They're all upset about it. So these are the things we get caught up in. But it's a good distraction, right? So that's the question. And the hardcore people are saying, no, they don't know what's going on, right? They don't, they shouldn't just come in for the Travis or the Taylor Swift effect. If you don't know the whole thing, you're probably aware she's a big musician, right? Probably the biggest in the world right now. She's dating Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's been a big deal. And so in that regard, I'm not going to make any statements about which of those is better or worse, okay, or which side I'm on of that debate. But I can tell you when it comes to the spiritual life that we cannot be spiritual Swifties, okay? You're not allowed to be a spiritual Swiftie. And what do I say by that? See, part of the thing that Jesus was dealing with in the gospel today is he didn't just want the people coming to him getting caught up in the hype. And he knew the challenges if the word got out about these miracles, about him just being able to encounter people individually and be able to have, an impactful encounter that could change them and help give them kind of a foundation that's going to let them build on, right? Rather than just kind of getting caught up in what we might call the miracle expectation, wanting the flashes, wanting the big moments, wanting to see something miraculous. So the challenge of not really making the effort to get to know who this Jesus is or get to have a personal relationship with him, but just wanting to see the flashes, the effects, the miracles. And so that's what, we're ultimately challenging. I guess that's the focus that I'd like to give us for this week, is to be, to continue to take a look in our hearts, and do we let ourselves fall into being those spiritual Swifties, so to speak, right? Where we're looking for what to sustain us in these miracles and these big answers to the things that we're seeking or asking for, as opposed to that more effective approach to our relationship with God, which is just the day-to-day faithfulness, the week-to-week faithfulness, continuing to just say every day, Lord, I choose you. I am here, and to allow that growth and that consistency to be the foundation which is going to let us build and know the topic of our faith, to know the person of our faith, Jesus Christ, better than any kind of flash or miracle or, excitement that we could get caught up in the moment. And, obviously that's part of our purpose of being here at the Mass, just continuing to faithfully say yes. and to take it one day at a time, one relationship at a time, to build that relationship, and to know the topic that we are here to know in a personal way. You know, again, as opposed to those people just being drawn to watch a football game because they want to see a glimpse of something, but really don't have any interest in knowing anything more about what's going on, right? So hopefully that's what we seek to do. We don't have to worry about the part of it becoming public in the sense of knowing Jesus Christ, and we do want to share that truth of Jesus Christ with others. But we don't want our motives or others just to be because of the potential miracles that they can see. And those miracles can be a source of true conversion for some people, you know, but for many, it's just not sustainable. It might draw them in, it might get them, exposure, but ultimately it fades and it doesn't remain. So our goal is to have that life, that love of God, that grace, that relationship with God that remains, that is consistent. And yes, if we have the moments of seeing the miracles and seeing a glimpse of Taylor Swift here and there that keeps us going, great. But in the meantime, we're just going to continue to be faithful, consistent, and present, and to know that that's how we come to know the beauty and the truth of our faith in our God most effectively, most fully. And in that's the way we're going to be transformed, and that's the way we're going to help transform the world.